environmentally friendly.
African business leaders and policymakers deliberating ways to transform Africa's economy. On day one of a 3-day summit in Ibri in Ghana's eastern region, talks focused on how to leverage Africa's vast mineral resources.
We signed an MOU with the Equity Group where they also committed to mobilize up to $7.5 billion in the processing of minerals on the African continent. Much needs to be done.
Africa has abundant mineral resources including gold, lithium and bauxite, but development experts are concerned that mining of the natural resources has not helped Africa prosper. South African mining experts say they want to share their experiences in the sector with the rest of the continent. Africa has been reluctant to open up the mining sector due to challenge of balancing economic development with sustainable practices. Experts have also urged African governments to create a more enabling environment to allow the private sector to thrive. The private sector in Africa faces challenges in infrastructure development, corruption, and inadequate policies to spur business growth.
These dialogues have to find ways to realize the commitments that have been made loudly and clearly for African governments to deepen their resolve in achieving the decisions reached in the compact. It must be representative of all sectors needed to carry Africa and ensure that the growth targets that are attained are sustainable, irrespective of future global challenges.
These meetings tie into the overall agenda of boosting intra-trade among African countries. Experts believe there is a need to relax visa norms in Africa to allow the free movement of people anywhere on the continent. Africans can only be able to travel to about 13 of 54 African countries without a visa, something slows down trade. Last year, South Africa waived visa requirements for travelers from Ghana. Ghana's government says it is committed to ensuring visa-free entry for all Africans traveling to the West African country and is working to implement the policy this year. Not just travel. Stakeholders say African nations must come together to make the most of the continent's rich natural resources, and that it's the only way to bring about lasting change and lift millions out of poverty. Nabil Ahmed Rufai, SABC News, Ibri, Ghana.